What's up, guys? Today we are talking Avenged Sevenfold in their eighth studio album, Life is But a Dream. So, the main thing to talk about before getting into this album is apparently this album was written under the influence of some very trippy drugs. So, let's get into it. Life is But a Dream. So, the first song on the album is called Game Over, and I really don't mind the verses, the fast breakneck speed of the verses, but there seems to be some sort of disconnect between the verses and the chorus. I like this song, but at the end of the day, it kind of just ends up being okay, and I want to like it so much more than I do for some reason. Next song on the album is called Mattel, and lyrically, you get a sense of just walking through life and things just aren't as they seem. Maybe things are predetermined for you. You're just living through life and it's not exactly your own lyrically. It's a pretty good song and I do enjoy it. Next song on the album is called Nobody. And we are kind of getting into that trippy sort of effect thing that the album has to offer. The opening riff does have an odd electronic effect on it, and lyrically, you just kind of get a sense of you trying to find your purpose in life, almost as if you're just kind of going through life, going through the motions, and you're just trying to find your purpose. Next song on the album is called We Love You, and we are now into trippy what the fuck territory am I listening to. With that being said, this song does offer one of the best moments on the entire album. The bridge leading into the guitar solo is frantic and all over the place and thrashy and almost Slayer-esque. It's very, very good. Next song on the album is called Cosmic, and this is a very freeing, almost like floating on air sort of song. You get the sense lyrically of just kind of looking at Earth almost from the beginning of time and just humanity and its existence. The second half of the song is very interesting because it provides some nice piano moment, and I believe all the piano moments on this album are handled by Sinister Gates. The piano moments on this album are very tasteful and very necessary, and they almost, you know, add something to the music. And you also get a vocal effect by M Shadows, but it doesn't seem necessary as you would think, like auto tune on a pop song is necessary for a vocalist. But the second half of this song is it's just seen as kind of fun and let's see what we can do. And I do appreciate that for what it's worth. Next song on the album is called Beautiful Morning, and if there ever was a normal sounding song on this album or a straightforward sounding song on this album, this would be it. You kind of listen to this song and you're like, okay, that's kinda the Avenged Sevenfold that I know. It's somewhat familiar for Avenged Sevenfold fans. With that being said, it's just not for me. Sometimes I'll listen to this song when I'm listening to the album all the way through, but sometimes I do admit that I will skip it. Next song on the album is called Easier, and we've talked about effects and trippy parts of this album. Well, this song just kind of leans into those things a bit too much, and I do skip this song, if I'm being completely honest. And the next three songs highlight the letters God, almost a satire on religion. And this next song is simply the letter G. And this is an interesting song because you can't fault Avenged Sevenfold for just, writing the same song or the same album over and over again. They are open to all kinds of things, and this song definitely demonstrates that. The duet between the female vocalist and M Shadows is very interesting, and I will give them that. Next song on the album is called Ordinary, and much like Easier, it just goes too far in the left turn, what the fuck direction. And to wrap up this trilogy is a song called Death. And you almost get this Frank Sinatra-esque song with some dark orchestral moments and some dark heavy metal guitar harmonies. It's very interesting, and I do find myself coming back to it. I'm being completely honest. And the last song on the album is the title track, Life is But a Dream. And this isn't what many people would think of like a throwaway song. What it is basically the end credits to a movie. It wraps it up perfectly. It ends this album perfectly. It just wraps it up, and it's a nice ending to a story. What it is an instrumental piano piece, once again, I believe, handled by Sinister Gates, and it's just end credits. It's just background end credits that wrap everything up in a nice, neat package. So, final thoughts on the album Life is But a Dream by Avenged Sevenfold. I still don't know what to think of this album. This album's been out for almost a year, and I still don't have a concrete thought or a concrete opinion on this album because it is so unique and odd and strange. And I firmly believe that the first time you listen to this album, you won't have a full opinion on it because you will need to listen to this album more than once to form your own opinion. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless.